Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Uh, this is Apparition. Before I start my video, I would just like to point your direction to my fair use notice. Um, Most of the time, I simply reference materials or articles or videos that I see. I don't actually put it, I try not to put those things into my videos, but I reference them to make an argument. I also provide general legal advice for educational purposes. So, so I have a disclaimer for that as well, just so that people know that I'm not intending to give a specific person legal advice. And any materials or any articles that I mention in the video will be linked in the video description below. Thank you. Exit strategy. For men who are married, have children, or are in relationships, how do they escape the plantation? How do committed men go their own way? As illogical and disorganized as feminism may seem, they have succeeded in setting up an unofficial state apparatus specifically meant to disenfranchise men and funnel resources away from them. This is the genius behind victimhood tactic employed by second wave feminism. See my video entitled Playing Victim: How Feminists Win Support for Unfair Policy. Feminists do not tell men openly that they are getting fucked over. Instead, they play victim as a justification for setting up equitable institutions like domestic violence kangaroo court or special protected status for rape victims. The kind of institutions that say all people are equal, but women are more equal than men. See my video entitled Equal Treatment and Equity for an elaboration on this concept. Men are at a distinct disadvantage in the courts and in society. There are many affirmative action policies and social programs meant to give women the leg up, because they are supposedly being taken advantage of by men. How can men combat such a precarious situation? Firstly, determine the liability if there is a split. Married or common law for more than 3 years? Children involved? How many? Cheaper to keep her is a stupid saying because living with women will always be more expensive. Women are inherently social beings who use conspicuous consumption to signal status. See my video entitled Collectivism and the Individual Man. For MGTOW who are married, understand that divorce will be damaging to you emotionally and financially. The magnitude may vary depending on your woman. The first step is to mentally prepare yourself for this eventuality. Settle on an amount of money you are willing to part with in order to sever ties with this woman. Remember, it is illegal to hide money from your spouse during divorce proceedings, so it is highly suggested that any movements of funds should be done months or years before the divorce proceedings are initiated. Plausible deniability is your friend. Use it wisely when attempting to sever ties with a bitch. It is not illegal to give expensive gifts to family or friends. This is an ideal way to prevent a bitch from accessing your funds after, especially if funds are encumbered in a house or other complex chattel, silver, gold bars, etc. Ensure that the gift is given to someone you trust and that gift was given for a plausible purpose. In order to counter accusations, it was not a gift. Family or friends can also give you gifts as well, especially after divorce proceedings are over. Secondly, courts often use income tax and employment income as a means of determining alimony and child support payments. Sometimes men can get quote unquote fired from their job and then they have to take a less lucrative job. In Canada, family court uses the last 3 years of income tax reports to determine child support and to determine support payments in general. However, the courts look at each case individually, and a judge may impute income to you if he or she thinks that you are trying to hide your real income. Lastly, record everything. Bug the house. Wear camera glasses. The nicest women turn downright nasty when they are told they can no longer use their boyfriends as their personal slave. Generally, the rules of evidence state that a person cannot be recorded without consent because it is a breach of privacy. However, evidence obtained clandestinely will not be admissible in court. However, you can use plausible deniability here as well. Tell her the cameras are for security purposes, just in case a robber breaks in. We are living in a time of incredible deception perpetrated by women. Coming to the end of my relationship, I used my smartphone to automatically record phone calls. There is a program called Call Recorder ACR. I managed to catch her saying that she would file false allegations against me if I tried to get custody of my children. This simple app saved my ass in court. That is it for now. If you have any specific topics regarding this, you may send me a message, and I will try to respond. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. If you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, and comment. And also visit my Patreon page as well as my GoFundMe page. And if you'd like to donate, you can do that via PayPal. I also have a Bitcoin wallet. And currently those are the two methods of donation. And if you have a special request, you can message me and I'll try to answer you. And also you can hit me up for advice on how to be an independent MGTOW.